Makes a lot of sense.
And that would, you know, if possible, we can start that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And you know, if you've got that mud brick wall there, there could be a possibility, you know, if in the future you need another greenhouse or a slightly smaller, modified sort of, or enlarged cold frame type system, you can just tack that onto the end of it, and it's south facing. It's got the same kind of properties as this one. Yeah, but that's the aim.
And about the soil.
So yeah, so Angry, the aim is to make this this area here like a home for landscape, and just to have a sort of a nursery to start growing trees and plants, so that when it comes to the following years, we have a stock. We can just take them and start planting them out. And much like you have a sort of a construction office, a construction base, to have a sort of landscape base for the head gardener to have all his tools and his equipment and his books and his files and his seeds and all those kind of things. So ideally, you know, we want to try and start growing, taking cuttings and growing things as soon as possible this year. So the idea is to try and build a mud brick wall,
compound wall,
to make a compound, make it protected from dogs, and you know, have a sheltered microclimate for growing. So with regard to the soil, what we really want to do is well to scrape, to take off. I don't know. Tom suggests about 300, but I think maybe 100. 300 is a lot. Well, to try and take off about 300 mil of this soil, and then use that as backfill for the wall, which Rob said would be ideal, and then take from the car park that soil, which is better, put that in here. Hopefully, try and get hold of some more manure and create a mix to start growing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then install the drip irrigation.
Yeah, and then we've got a drip irrigation that we're going to order. Yeah.
To test it, try it out, experiment.
And that would be, you know,
First thing you need the compound.
Yeah.
Mud brick wall or fencing.
Mud brick wall.
Or a rubble wall. You prefer mud brick?
Mud brick wall because it fits
Yeah.
what it is.
Because this is the back of the staff accommodation along here, isn't it?
Yeah, you want to put in. No,
Yeah.
not.
And maybe even rendered with painted white to kind of work with these buildings as well.
Okay. So you got the greenhouse, the TPKS, and then the kitchen staff accommodation there. So this is really what we're talking about. Yeah.
Somewhere here is in kitchen.
This is 6 meters from there.
6 meters.
Where the dog is.
Yeah, the dog is. Yeah.
And then, you know, then we can as we maintain access. So if you need any kind of deliveries or any kind of stuff brought in, you've got the access here through these routes here, and then an outdoor growing space here for
You need this wall.
transplanting it. Yes, you need that wall. Yeah. And additionally, you know, to have some kind of, you know, maybe we could work together on coming up with some kind of idea of a structure, a shed to keep tools, or a shed as a small office space. And a composting facility as well, to begin to start to make use of all the materials on site that can be then reused to improve the soil. Yeah, an idea.
Yeah.
So how long do you think it would take to dig out the soil here and replace it? 2 or 3 days, as much as that.
It's a lot to take out 300. Do you think you need as much as that? Really?
It need to be flat, isn't it?
No, because you can use the slope.
Yeah.
The drip irrigation will probably work better with a slight fall.
Where we get collect the water for drip irrigation?
Well, the idea would be to use those 2 tanks that are in the greenhouse, or buy another 2 and situate them on a platform, and then you just run micro pipes through the site.
It's enough pressure in it.
Yeah, it should be with enough height, because the tubes are very small, provided you've got enough height on the tank.
I mean,
on the top of the greenhouse, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, for beyond, I mean, there's always the option of putting an electrical pump on, or solar pump on this. You know, if there's more, if we need some more this and that for another residence or whatever it may be. So, you know, as things grow.
I think, yeah, absolutely. I think the aim would be really in the next a few years to come up with a proper irrigation strategy for the whole site that uses pipes, and you minimise waste, and that would require a system that requires pumps and tanks and all those kinds of things. But that's further down the line. The main thing is to kind of run a test system here of drip irrigation that just shows people what you can achieve and how much water you save in that system. A good one.
Oh, good. Yes. Perfect. Will you come back and visit?
Perfect, of course.
Yeah.